Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Nuta, the Crochet World, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. And today we're going to do this beautiful pattern for a phone pouch. And for this one, I've used my 100% cotton yarn and I've used a 3.5 mm of the hook. Now this phone pouch is suitable for all kind of phones, but if you want to know what size it is in, so it is of 7 inch or 18 centimeter, more than 7 inches and long, and it's about 4 inches wide. So it's 4 by 7. Now if you want to go furthermore, you can always add up your rows in this pattern, and I'll tell you in the video later on how to add up your rows, and that's it. So let's begin. Okay, so for this one, take your yarn and make a slip knot here. And now I'm going to chain up 18 here, 1 8. So it's 1 2 3. Okay, so here I have my 18 chains, and now I'm going to turn my work, and this is the back portion of my chain, and now this is the back portion of my first chain. So this is the back portion of my first chain, and this is the back portion of my second chain, and this is the back portion of my third chain. Now I'm going to skip this first two chains, and I'm going to insert my hook into this third chain. So insert your hook into your third chain or the back portion of your third chain, grab your yarn and make your one single crochet on your third chain from the hook. Now here, as this is our first single crochet, I'm going to put a stitch marker here, and you're going to need a stitch marker all the way through this pattern, so keep one stitch marker along with you. So here it is. This is our first single crochet, and now I'm going to have one single crochet on each chain until my second last chain, and in total I'm going to have 15 single crochets. So keep on doing one single crochet on each chain until your 15 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you on your 15th single crochet until the second last chain, and I'm going to tell you what to do on the last chain. And here it is. We have our 15 single crochets, and I'm here on my second last chain. Now on the last chain, on this one, we're going to have 3 single crochets into that one chain, into over this last chain. So that's our 1 single crochet, that's our 2 single crochet, and that's our third single crochet, and we are here. Now we're going to go to the other side. So as we have worked on this side, we will go to the other side of the chain, and as we have already worked on this last chain, this is our 3 single crochets. We will go to this second chain, and we will insert our hook into this second chain, and we will grab the yarn, and we will make our 1 single crochet. And now keep on doing 1 single crochet on each chain until your next 15 single crochets. So keep on doing 1 single crochet on each chain. That's my second single crochet. So keep on doing 1 single crochet on each chain until your next 15 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you after my 15 single crochets. 1 5. And here it is. After my next 15 single crochets, my work looks like this. And now here we are on the side, and now if you remember, we have skipped 2 chains here. First 2 chains we have skipped, and this is the part of my that one and that second chain. Now I will take my hook and I will insert my hook into that space between that 2 chains, and will grab my yarn and will make another 3 single crochets here. So that's 1 2 and 3, and it is like this. So here you have 36 stitches, 15 stitches on this side and 15 stitches on the other side, so that's 30 stitches. Then you have made another 3 stitches on this side and another 3 stitches on the other side, so in total you have 36 stitches here. And now I'm gonna take out this stitch marker of my this first stitch, and will insert my hook into my this first stitch. We'll grab the yarn and we'll make a slip stitch here to finish up my this round number 1. Now here I'm gonna chain 1, and I'm gonna count this chain 1 as my first single crochet of my round number 2, and I will take my stitch marker and I will insert my stitch marker here like this. And now we are going to have 1 single crochet on each stitch, back loop only. So we are going to have our 36 single crochets. Remember, this chain 1 I've counted as my first single crochet. So insert your hook into your next stitch, and that too back loop only. So do not go on this both the loops. Just insert your hook on this back loop only, grab your yarn and make your single crochet. And now keep on doing 1 single crochet on each stitch until the end of this round, and you're gonna have 36 single crochets, back loop only. And I'm gonna meet you after my this round number 2. And here it is. After my round number 2, my 36 stitches are here. And now I'm gonna take out my this stitch marker and will insert my hook into my this first stitch, which is my first chain, and I will grab my yarn and we'll make a slip stitch here. Now for round number 3, chain 1 and insert your hook into that same stitch where you have made your slip stitch like this, and grab your yarn and pull your yarn a little bit longer, and you're gonna have 2 loops here like this. And now I'm gonna yarn over and will insert my hook again into that same stitch and will grab my yarn. And here I'm gonna have 4 loops. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now I'm gonna skip the next 2 stitches. So this is the first stitch and that's the second stitch. I'm gonna skip these 2 stitches and I will insert my hook into my this third stitch. So insert your hook into that third stitch, and remember your strain of yarn is here. Your strain of yarn is here, and I'll tell you why I'm telling you this. Now grab your yarn, and here you're gonna have a strain of yarn. So that's gonna be at the back. Okay, so grab your yarn from your third stitch, and now yarn over and insert your hook again into that same stitch and grab your yarn. And now you're gonna have 3 more loops. So four loops first, then skip these 2 stitches and then another 3 loops. So in total on your hook you're gonna have 7 loops. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through all your 7 loops like this, and now chain 1. Now this chain 1 is another crucial chain, a stitch, because that is gonna form an eye, and we're gonna keep on working our stitches into that eye. And now take your stitch marker and insert your stitch marker here where you have started your this stitch, because when we will finish our this round number 3, we are gonna need that space. We're gonna need that chain 1 space. Let's continue doing our stitch. Now from here, from the front, you can see your 2 stitches which you have left, 1 and 2, these 2 stitches. If you will go at the back, you will see the strain of yarn, which I just have told you that strain of yarn will come up here. So you will see that strain of yarn. If you will remove that strain of yarn, you will see your 2 stitches here. So that's my first stitch and that's my second stitch. So that's my first stitch and that's my second stitch. And I am going to work on these 2 stitches now. And we're going to include this strain of yarn as well. So into our stitches. So for that one, yarn over and turn your work, go at the back and insert your hook into your first stitch which you have left, and grab your yarn. Now below this strain of yarn there is my first stitch. I can see it from here. Now you might find it difficult, but don't worry, when you have been working on this you will find your stitch, so don't worry about that. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, and that's a first double crochet. Now yarn over for one more time and insert your hook into your second stitch which you have left earlier, like this. Here you can find out your stitch as well. So insert your hook into that stitch, the second stitch, grab your yarn and make your another double crochet, and this is the pattern we are gonna work. Now again, we're gonna repeat the whole pattern for that one. This is the stitch where we have worked earlier. So now insert your hook into that same stitch again, grab your yarn and pull your yarn a little bit longer. So you're gonna have 2 loops. Now yarn over for one more time and insert your hook into that same stitch for one more time and pull your yarn, and you're gonna have 4 loops. So it's 1, 1, 2, 3, and the 4th. Again, we're gonna skip the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and we will insert our hook into this 3rd stitch. So insert your hook. You can see a strain of yarn here that will form up here, covering your 2 stitches. Now grab your yarn over for one more time and insert your hook into that same stitch for one more time and grab your yarn. And now you're going to have 7 loops on your hook. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through all your 7 loops and chain 1. As I said, that this chain 1 is a crucial stitch because here it's forming up an eye, and later on we're going to work on that eye. Now you can see this 2 stitches. Here are these 2 stitches which I've just left earlier. Now yarn over and I'm going to make my 2 double crochets on that. So if you don't want to turn your work at the back, you can easily go from here as well. And this is the first stitch which I have left. So just insert your hook in this way and go at the back like this. Now grab your yarn and make your double crochet, yarn over. You can always pull your this work a little bit lower in this way so that you will find your second stitch again, and insert your hook into your second stitch here and grab your yarn and make your second double crochet. And now we're going to repeat this pattern. So again, insert your hook into your last worked stitch here, grab your yarn and pull your yarn a little bit longer, yarn over and again grab your yarn, and you're going to have 4 loops. Leave the next 2 stitches, so that's 1 and 2. Insert your hook into that next 3rd stitch, grab your yarn. Now yarn over and insert your hook again into that same stitch and grab your yarn. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through all your 7 loops and chain 1. And now yarn over and we're going to go at the back and we will get the first stitch which we have just left, and we will make our first double crochet on that, and again we will go to the second stitch and we will take our second double crochet, and that's it. It's all done. Now keep on repeating this pattern and I'm gonna meet you at the end here. Okay, so here I am, and now here at the end we're gonna leave these 2 stitches. So for that one, as we're gonna do our last stitch, I'm gonna insert my hook into this stitch we already have worked on. So set your hook and grab your yarn over and pull your yarn, and that's 4 loops. Leave these 2 stitches and we're gonna insert our hook in here where we have put this stitch marker. So insert your hook, just gonna take out the stitch marker and insert your hook into that stitch, grab your yarn and yarn over, and again insert your hook into that same stitch and grab your yarn. And now you're gonna have your 7 loops here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and we're gonna leave these 2 stitches behind. So yarn over and pull your yarn through all your 7 loops, chain 1, yarn over and go at the back here, and then insert your hook into your first left out stitch and grab your yarn and make your first double crochet and make your second double crochet. And this is the end of our round number 3. Now to finish up this round, we're going to make a slip stitch. So for that one, as we have worked on this stitch, we will go next to that one and we will find out this eye. As I said that this eye is going to be crucial. We're going to find out about this next eye. So here it is. There is no eye here. So you can find out your first eye and insert your hook into that eye and grab your yarn and make a slip stitch here. And that's it. So this is how we're going to finish up our round number 3. Now for the round number 4, the round number 4 is going to be a crucial because we're going to repeat our round number 4. And for that one, we're going to chain 1. And now we are going to insert our hook into that same eye, that same chain 1 space. So insert your hook into that same chain 1 space. And now grab your yarn. Remember to chain 1 first and pull your yarn a little bit longer. And you're going to have 2 stitches. Sorry, you're going to have 2 loops. Now yarn over and insert your hook again into that same stitch, that same chain 1 space. And grab your yarn and you're going to have 4 loops, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now here we will not work on the stitches, but we will rather work on our this pattern. So for the pattern, we're going to have 3 stitches here, 1, 2 and 3, and our next chain 1 is here. This is our next chain 1. So as for the pattern, we have left 2 stitches behind. We will work on this 1 stitch and that's this second stitch. We will not work on this stitch. And we will insert our hook directly into this chain 1 space. So here it is, my next chain 1 space, my next eye. And I will grab the yarn. Now yarn over and we'll insert my hook again into that same space. And we'll grab the yarn. And I'm going to have 7 loops. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through all your 7 loops, and here you can see your 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3. So we are not going to work on this stitch. We will rather work on this second and our this third stitch. And chain 1 here, yarn over and grab your hook in this way and insert your hook into that stitch. And now repeat your pattern. Make your first double crochet and into the second one, insert your hook and make your second double crochet. Now again, as we have worked on this eye, we're gonna insert our hook into that same stitch, same chain 1 space, and we will grab the yarn. Now yarn over and insert your hook again into that chain 1 space and grab your yarn. You're gonna have 4 loops. Again, we're gonna skip this 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, and we are not gonna work on this first stitch. We will work our 2 double crochets into that this 2 stitches. And here it is. This is my chain 1 space. This is my chain 1 space. So I will insert my hook into that chain 1 space, grab my yarn, yarn over and insert my hook again into that same space and will grab my yarn. And now I'm gonna have 7 loops. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through all your 7 loops, chain 1, and here again, this is our first left out stitch, this is our second left out stitch, and this is our third left out stitch. So yarn over and insert your hook in this way, go to your second stitch and grab your yarn and make your first double crochet, and again into your next stitch make your another double crochet. And here it is. Now one important thing which I forget to tell you, to put the stitch marker back on. This is our stitch where we made our first eye, and this is gonna be our last stitch. Here we have made our chain 1. So I'm gonna insert this stitch marker here. Now the stitch marker is crucial because we will have to put our hook in here to finish up our stitch, this round. And for that one, do not forget to put your stitch marker when you are doing your first stitch, first pattern. So this is our first pattern. We have built over this first pattern. This is our first round for our pattern, and this is our second round for the pattern, and we have finished up our work here. So I'm gonna put my stitch marker here because while ending up this round, I will have to insert my hook in here, and I will make my slip stitch on this first eye. So that's why that one is important. And now keep on repeating this pattern, and I will meet you at the end here to show you how to finish up your round and how to start your next round. And here it is. I'm at the end of my round number 4, and for that one I'm going to insert my hook again into my this next eye, and I will grab the yarn, and I will pull the yarn a little bit longer, and I will do it for one more time. Now I'm going to skip the next 3 stitches here. 1, 2 and 3. We're going to skip all these 3 stitches, and we're going to insert our hook into this space where we have made our this stitch marker. So we're going to insert our hook into that space, grab the yarn, take out your stitch marker and grab your yarn and yarn over and pull your yarn for one more time, and you're going to have 7 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through all your 7 loops. Now chain 1. Now yarn over and insert your hook into your second stitch and make your first double crochet, and into your third stitch and make your second double crochet. And now, as we have made this last stitch, we're going to insert our hook into this eye, the next eye. So as we have worked on this one, we are not going to work again on that one. So this is our next eye, and we'll insert our hook into that next eye, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll make our slip stitch. And this is going to be another next crucial stitch, so you can put your stitch marker back on that same stitch. So when you are ending up this round number 5, when you're ending up next round number 5, as we have already worked on this one is round number 4. When you will end up your round number 5, when we will work on this round number 5 and we'll end on this round number 5, you're gonna insert your last stitch on this stitch. So that's why this stitch is going to be crucial. Now chain 1 and insert your hook again into that same chain 1 space, and grab your yarn and pull your yarn a little bit longer. Now yarn over and insert your hook again into that same space and grab your yarn. Now again we're going to skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, and this is our next eye, and we're going to insert our hook into that next eye. Grab your yarn and again grab your yarn, and now yarn over and pull your yarn through all your 7 loops, chain 1, yarn over and insert your hook into your second stitch and make your first double crochet there, again into your third stitch and make your second double crochet there. And now this is the first stitch of our round number 5, and now we are going to repeat our round number 4 until our round number 16. And if you want a little bit more height of your phone cover, now this phone cover is enough for all phones, all bigger phones as well, but if you want to go furthermore, until this stitches, these are the 16 rows or 16 rounds. So I'm going to meet you after my round number 16, and will tell you how to build up my this top pattern. So if you want to go ahead, if you want a bigger pouch, you can always add up your rows, and after adding up your enough rows, just repeat the pattern what I've been doing for this part. So I will meet you after my round number 16. So this is my round number 5, and I will meet you after my round number 16, and we have to repeat our round number 4 until our round number 16. And here it is after my round number 16. My work looks like this. And now for the round number 17, we're going to chain 1, and this chain 1 I'm going to count as my first single crochet. So for that one, I'm going to put my stitch marker back on this first chain. And now, as we have worked on these 2 stitches and we always skip this one, I'm going to skip this stitch again for my this round number 17. So I'm not going to work on this stitch. I will insert my hook directly into my this second stitch. So here I'm going to skip this one and will enter my hook into my this second stitch, and will grab the yarn and will make my 1 single crochet here. Again, into this next stitch, I will insert my hook, will grab the yarn and will make my 1 single crochet. Again, into this chain 1 space, this is an eye, so into that chain 1 space, I will insert my hook, will grab the yarn and will make my 1 single crochet. Again, the next one, after this eye, after this chain 1, this stitch, we're going to skip this stitch and we will directly insert our hook into that next stitch and make 1 single crochet. Again, into the next one, insert your hook and make your 1 single crochet, and again into this eye, into this chain 1 space, grab your yarn and make your 1 single crochet. Now keep on repeating this stitch pattern, and by the end of this round, round number 17, we're going to have 36 single crochets. Again, as I have already worked on this chain 1 space, I'm going to skip the next stitch and I will insert my hook into the stitch after that and will make my single crochet. And I'm going to meet you after my this round number 17. And here it is. I'm on my stitch number 34 of my this round number 17, and that's going to be my 35th stitch, and that's going to be my last stitch, my 36th stitch. 36 single crochet of my round number 17. And now I'm going to take out the stitch marker and will insert my hook into my this first stitch, which is my chain 1, and will grab the yarn and will make my this slip stitch. And that's how we're going to finish up our round number 17. Now for the round number 18, we're going to chain up 3 here, 1, 2 and 3, like this. Now this chain 3, this first chain 2 will count as our first half double crochet and chain 1. Now here we're going to skip the next stitch. We are not going to work on the next stitch, and we will insert our hook into this stitch after that. So for that one, yarn over and insert your hook into this third stitch and grab your yarn over and pull your yarn through all your 3 loops, and that's your second half double crochet. And now we are going to chain 1. Again, the next stitch, we're going to skip the next stitch and we will insert our hook into the stitch after that, and we're going to make our half double crochet. So for that one, yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch, grab your yarn over and pull your yarn through all your 3 loops, chain 1 again. And now we're going to repeat this pattern. So we're going to skip the next stitch, and into the next stitch we're going to have our 1 half double crochet and chain 1, skip the next one, and into the stitch after that, 1 half double crochet and chain 1, and keep on repeating it. And I'm going to meet you after my this round number 18. And here it is. I'm at the end of my this round number 18, and I have my 18 half double crochets plus 18 chain 1. And now I'm going to skip my this last stitch, and here I'm going to insert my hook into my this second chain and grab the yarn and will make my slip stitch here. And that's how I'm going to finish up my this round number 18. And now for the round number 19, we're going to yarn over and we will insert our hook into this chain 1 space, the next chain 1 space. So here, insert your hook and grab your yarn and make your first half double crochet, yarn over for 1 more time and make your second half double crochet, your third half double crochet, your fourth half double crochet, and the 5th half double crochet. So into this chain 1 space, we're going to have 5 half double crochets. Now we're going to skip the next half double crochet, and into this chain 1 space we will insert our hook, we'll grab the yarn and we'll make a slip stitch here like this. And now we're going to skip the next half double crochet, and into this chain 1 space we will have another 5 half double crochet. So for that one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Again, the next half double crochet from the previous round, we're going to skip that, and into this chain 1 space we will insert our hook, grab the yarn and make your slip stitch. Again, skip the next half double crochet from the previous round, and into this chain 1 space we're going to have another 5 half double crochets, and we're going to repeat this pattern. So keep on repeating this pattern until end of this round number 19, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. And here it is, I'm at the end of my this round number 19, and I'm going to make my last slip stitch here. And that's it. I'm not gonna attach this yarn with this first stitch, because that's gonna be our last stitch and that's not be needed. And now you can cut your yarn like this and just secure your last stitch. And now put your loose end in. Now if you have not put your loose end in the beginning one, you can put this one in as well. I've already put this one while doing my stitches, so it's already in. But if you haven't done it, just do this one as well and you're this last stitch. And I'm gonna meet you after my after putting my loose ends in. And here it is all done. And now I'm gonna take the yarn and we'll make a slip stitch here. And now chain up 55, 5, 5, so it's 1, 2, 3, and here it is. I have my 55 chains, and now I'm going to turn my work and will insert my hook into the second chain. So that's my first chain, the back portion of my first chain, and the back portion of my second chain. And I'm going to insert my hook into the second chain, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll make my single crochet. And now keep on doing 1 single crochet on each chain, and by the end you're gonna have your 54 single crochets, and I'm gonna meet you after my 54 single crochets. So 1 single crochet on each chain. And here it is. I have my 54 single crochets, and now I'm gonna cut my yarn and it will secure this last stitch. And now we're gonna insert our this strap inside like this. So 1 loop in and 1 loop out. And keep on doing this. Like this. And now we're going to attach these 2 parts. So for that one, take your needle like this and attach these 2 parts and put your loose ends in, and I'm gonna meet you after that. And here it is all done, and I hope you have liked my today's tutorial. If you have liked, please like, share and comment on my videos, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.